You are watching Imagisport, giving you a unique variety of tabletop sports action. This match has gone out of control real quick here. So we have our chart at highlight reel B, and it's going to be a 65. Wrestler suffers a real or a fake injury, can't continue the match, opponent awarded decision. So El Achid is crying wolf here, and you know what he's saying? He's grasping at his shoulder, and he's saying that it hurts. He's taking Chief Wahoo with him. They're leaving. They're getting out of Dodge. And so with that in mind, ref's going to call for the bell here. And so your winners of this match, Colonel Union raises the hands of Kwang, Choi, and Steve America as your winner. No tag here. Hill and Kaneki are still in the ring. That argument is proven to be costly, but let's see what happens here. We have heavy as a quality. Hill is heavy, but only on a circle, and we are on a square for him. Nick Kaneki is heavy anywhere, so guess what? It's going to be 2 times 2, and we got the finisher. Nick Kaneki is going to have his finishing move put on. It's the nuts and bolts knee bar, and so what we need here, and I'm just going to double check just to make sure I see this correctly. It is 11 to 26. 11 to 26 is going to get the job done, and it is a 14, and so the knee bar is in place, and we have the shoulders to the mat here. 1, 2, and 3, and that is it. And your winners of the 6-man tag team war here are Nick Kaneki, Dan Hammer, and Roughneck Ron, although Roughneck Ron really didn't see any action, but we'll see how that pans out here in the future on Old School Wrestling. And the waiting is finally over. Welcome to OSWA Initiation exclusively here on Imagisport. I'm Derek Jones. Glad you could join us for this epic 8-match Supercard here in the Old School Wrestling Association. There are several rivalries that are expected to come to a conclusion here tonight. As you saw in our opening, Nick Kaneki of Blue Collar Mafia pinned one half of the World Tag Team Champions in our 6-man tag main event on our last show. The question is, can the Blue Collar Mafia do it again with the titles on the line? We'll find out later as the good old boys defend those belts against the Blue Collar Mafia. Also, you saw Yefeni Achid and Chief Wahoo leave the OSWA studios in their match against Kwang, Choi, and Steve America. Yefeni Achid claimed that he injured his shoulder in that match and decided to walk away. What ramifications are that going to have on our matches tonight? We have Chief Wahoo and Steve America one-on-one, and then later on, Kwang, Choi, and Yefeni Achid will do battle in a no disqualification match. We also have a triple threat match scheduled between Roughneck Ron, the man called Z, and from the Blue Collar Mafia, Mr. Everything. And if you've been following in the recent shows, you know that Roughneck Ron is having a little bit of a history with the Blue Collar Mafia. Also on the card, we have Crash Bradley and the Big Grabowski going one-on-one. This challenge was actually dished out on our first ever episode, but then the Big Grabowski went on the injured list. Well, he's finally cleared to wrestle, so those two will do battle. Crash Bradley especially has been chomping at the bit to get his hands on the Big Grabowski, and we'll see that match a little bit later on. Also in action tonight, Sergeant Slash and Colonel Union as a tag team. They will be taking on the Boomdogs. And our first match will be Hank McFee against Croc Wilson. That'll take place momentarily. But don't forget about our big main event for this show. It is for the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship inside the confines of a 15-foot high steel cage. Kevin Linton will defend that OSWA world title against the Lobsterman. And we'll give you a history of that feud a little bit later here in the broadcast. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a different format here for this show since it is more of a pay-per-view Supercard. There is no ringside lounge tonight. That will return on our next episode. And we're only going to have a couple of breaks. So one during the halfway point is a little bit of an intermission. And then our second break will be when the ring crew is assembling the steel cage for our main event. So with that in mind, sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready because OSWA Initiation starts now. And our opening contest here on OSWA Initiation is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from New Iberia, Louisiana, weighing in at 275 pounds, this is Croc Wilson. And his opponent hails from Dixon, Tennessee, 260 pounds. This is Honky Tonk, Hank McFee. Hank McFee and Croc Wilson set to do battle here on our first match of OSWA Initiation, and we go to the pre-match roll. It is for Highlight Reel O, and we're going to go to 22. That is going to take us to Highlight Reel P. And then at 21, the favored wrestler concocts a scheme to embarrass opponent on television, reduce the underdog TV grade one letter. So Croc Wilson is going to be knocked down a peg here. And so instead of a C, he is going to be a D for this contest, which will put him at a disadvantage for any TV grade rolls. So with that in mind, the referee is done giving his instructions. So he calls for the bell, and we are underway with OSWA Initiation. And our first quality that we're going to check for is the smart quality. And it's Hank McFee that has that smart quality. So he is going to get 2 points for a shoulder neck breaker. And then we go to the mean category. Croc Wilson is mean, but only on a square, so it will not count in this situation. And we're going to flip on. And so we have the specialty. Neither one scored, so we go to the tiebreaker. That'll go to Wilson, being the trailing wrestler. So he is going to give his crocodile rocker knee bar for 3 big points to take the lead. But now we have the trailing wrestler. That's going to be Hank McFee. So he goes back into the lead with 2 points with a hard kick. Back to mean. Again, Wilson, mean only on a square, so nothing happens there. Powerful. Croc Wilson is powerful anywhere, so he gets a D6 roll. So he's going to score 4 points for a torture rack. And we go on. Grudge grade. Both of them have the same grudge grade, and so it is going to go to Hank McFee at the tiebreaker. And so he gets 2 points for a big boot that is going to force both of them out of the ring in its opening contest. So let's see what happens outside of the ring. It's a 10. The leading wrestler smashes opponent with a steel chair. So McFee takes Wilson to the outside. He follows him, but since Wilson is the leading wrestler, he actually gets a point out of it. So they continue to battle outside of the ring, and we get a 9. The trailing wrestler options to deliver payback blows or return to the ring. Well, McFee's going to offer some payback, and it's in the form of 5 big points. So we continue with our out of the ring action, and it's another 9. Trailing wrestler options to deliver a payback blow or return to the ring. Well, again, Wilson's going to return the favor, and he's going to do 4 points, and he's on a pin space, so they do go back in the ring, and Wilson's going to do a pin attempt. It's going to be 11-43 since it's on a chip, and there's 1, and there is 2, and Hank McFee kicks out before the 3 count. So we get a chip there, and we continue on. And now we go to the wild card chart. So the action turning fast and furious here in today's opening contest. And so we go to 45. Is Hank McFee have the cheat quality? He does not. So the cheating move causes the referee to stop the match. So this is the referee calls for the bell. Things are getting out of hand here. And we have ourselves a grudge rematch challenge. So what we need to do is go
to the hot box, uses the current wrestlers, roll a die to determine the match rules. So we're going to go ahead and roll a 4. So it's going to be normal rules. Winner of the match increases 1 TV grade. The loser decreases 1 TV grade. So this match officially is going to go into books as a no contest, but these two are going to meet once again with TV grades on the line. So, but before we address that, we're going to go ahead and take some notes here for that. So next match, TV on the line. And so we'll go ahead and do the post-match roll, and it is going to be a 2. So we're going to go to highlight reel X. There's our highlight reel X right there. And it's going to be 11, which means a trip to highlight reel Y. And a 56. Celebrity 1 schemes with choice wrestler, increases the wrestler TV grade by 2 letter grades. So in all of that commotion, well, I think to just even the odds a little bit, what happened is that Hank McFee started shouting out at the crowd here. Chuck Deering, the roller derby legend, is starting to get on the side of Croc Wilson. And so it's Croc Wilson that's going to be the beneficiary of that TV grade. So he'll go from a D up to a B. But of course, that might be short-lived because remember, when these two square off again, TV grades are going to be on the line. The winner will get theirs up 1, and the loser will get theirs down a grade. So our first match here at OSWA Initiation is a no contest between Croc Wilson and Hank McFee. Keep it right here. Our next match is coming up momentarily. You are watching OSWA Initiation right here on Imagisport. And our next bout here on OSWA Initiation is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 240 pounds. This is Colonel Union. And his tag team partner hails from Granite Shoals, Texas, 255 pounds. This is Sergeant Slash. And their opponents coming to the ring at this time at a total combined weight of 495 pounds. From Newmarket, Ontario, and Troy, Michigan, respectively, Boom Boom Barrington and Big Dog Dickerson, these are the Boom Dogs. So the Boom Dogs, who have been running into a little bit of a cold streak as of late, they're going to try to right their ship here in the tag team rankings. Meanwhile, Sergeant Slash and Colonel Union are trying to make their way up the ranks as well. As you recall, they had some comments for the Good Old Boys in an earlier episode saying that they wanted their shot at the tag team titles. So we'll see. The team who wins tonight will be in better position to warrant such a challenge later on. So we're going to go to highlight reel O for our pre-match roll, and that's going to be a 53. The Hot Box ally of the underdog wrestler offers disarming comments, reduce the ally and the underdog grudge grades by 1 point. So Chief Wahoo, of all people, are coming out here and not really saying anything threatening to the Boom Dogs. It seems like that they might try to be, I don't know if it's any planning something together, so to speak, but did offer some encouraging words nonetheless. So Chief Wahoo's grudge grade's going to go down, and so are the Boom Dogs' grudge grades. So Big Dog, which was originally a 7, is now going to go down to a 6, and then Boom Boom's, who was originally a 6, his is going to go down to a 5 before we get started here. So we'll go ahead and adjust those ratings. So the referee, as always, gives his final instructions, and so we will have Colonel Union starting for his team, and Big Dog starting for his, and ref calls for the bell. And here we go with our second contest here on the show. And it's going to be a TV grade right off the bat. Colonel Union wins that A over C, so he gets 3 points for a neck breaker. We'll see if there is a tag. There is not, so those two stay in the ring. We have a trailing. That's going to be Big Dog. He's going to get 3 points of his own for a reverse end sleeper hold. Do we have a tag there? Actually, it's a hot tag as Colonel Union escapes and tags in Sergeant Slash for the next card flip, which is going to be Specialty. So again, ties go to the trailing. That's the Boom Dog. Boom Dog's specialty here is the dog pound backdrop fall away slam for 3 big points. And so we'll see if the Big Dog can make the tag. He does. And so he will go out, and Boom Boom will see his first action here in this matchup. No title holders here, so we will just move on. And actually, no, it's a control card, so we'll have to go to the other side here. And so is Sergeant Slash mean? He is, so he's going to get the 2 points there for a double nerve hold. But a hot tag by Boom Boom evens things up, and Big Dog comes back into action. Now we go to the Grudge. And Grudge is going to go to Big Dog, 6 over -4, so we get a point there for a mule kick. And again, we will check for the tag, and there is no tag. So we're going to go here. Big Dog have cheat? No, neither does Sergeant Slash. Well, it is a control card, however, so we'll go ahead and flip it around. Is Sergeant Slash the favorite? Yes, he is. So he's actually going to get 2 points for a knee breaker. Again with a tag check, and this time, yes, there is a tag. So back in comes Colonel Union. And we're going to flip again. And we're back to Grudge. And again, Big Dog has the advantage on the Grudge, 6-1. So he's going to get 2 points for a stretch power bomb. And no tag there. Those two stay in the ring. Everybody has the helped quality in a tag team match. So we're just going to go ahead and go to highlight reel G for this one. Seems to be the most appropriate one to use here. So highlight reel G is where we're at. Go ahead and roll the 2d6 this time and come up with a 46. Gang members enter the ring to aid wrestler, but the referee will not allow it. The wrestler loses 1 point. So Sergeant Slash tried to come in to help his partner Colonel Union, but the ref ordered him back. So back goes a point there. So the Big Dog's going to get the advantage, and he's actually going to make the tag to Boom Boom. Fans not really liking that too much. Is Boom Boom agile? He is not. So we're going to go here. Is Colonel Union heavy? He is not. So we're just going to flip again. We're looking for smart. Union is smart on a square. Boom Boom's not smart at all on his card. So Colonel Union is going to get the 2 points here for a cradle gutbuster. Tag check here. Yes, there is going to be a tag. So Sergeant Slash will come in. Is Sergeant Slash smart? Yes, he is. So 2 more points for a monkey flip and reverse. And it's going to be a hot tag, though, as the Boom Boom escapes, tags in Big Dog. This match going right down to the wire here. Trailing wrestler, both of them are on the same spot. So that's going to go to the Boom Dogs being the underdog team here. So 3 big points, and it's going to be a pin attempt without a chip. Sergeant Slash is an A, however, so he can kick out 11-33. There's a 1, and there's 2. Again, you need a 33. He gets it that time with a 14. So the match continues. Let's check for a tag from the Boom Dogs, and it is a 3, no tag there. So we move on. Wild card chart coming up here, and you just had to figure that we are going to be going to a furious finish here in this match, and it's a 24. Does Sergeant Slash have the favorite category? He does. Succession of blows leaves the opponent unable to continue the wrestlers team awarded a decision and issues a grudge match challenge. So Sergeant Slash just completely annihilates Big Dog Dickerson. The referee stops the match, cannot continue. Slash and Union are furious, probably before whenever there were some shenanigans, whenever the referee was trying to put Sergeant Slash back in his corner. Maybe there was some double teaming going on or stuff like that. So basically, what we're going to have here is a grudge match challenge issued by the current wrestler. So we're going to check the hot box for a logical natural opponent, or roll a die to determine opponent, then roll a die to determine the match rules. So basically, Sergeant Slash is mad at somebody, but who is he going to be? Who's he going to be mad at here? Well, I think they want to stop the match too early. I think they want a rematch with the Boomdogs. Is how this is going to go down, and it's just going to be normal rules. But again, TV grades are going to be on the line. So for the second consecutive match, we are going to have a rematch between these two teams at some point on a future Old School Wrestling episode. And again, the TV grades are going to be on the line, where the winner will get 1 point added to their grade and the loser will get 1 point deducted from their TV grade. So with that recorded, we're going to go ahead and go to the post match, and it's going to go to highlight reel X. So let's turn there now and see what happens post match here. And it's a 66, which means a trip to highlight reel Y. And so we have a 43. The Hotbox ally of the winning wrestler comes up with an ingenious scheme to knock the defeated wrestler down a notch, reduce the defeated wrestler's TV grade by 1 letter grade. So basically what is happening here is, who's coming out but Haystack Hill, the good old boys. He applauds Slash and Union for what they did, apparently, and he doesn't seem to have any reason to doubt that they will take them in the rematch. And that's going to be bad news for the Boomdogs, because now the Boomdogs are going to get their TV grades lowered from C's to D's. So the free fall of the once mighty tag team known as the Boomdogs continues here at initiation, with both members of the team getting their TV grades knocked down. Officially, your winners of the match are Sergeant Slash and Colonel Union due to a referee stoppage. Stay right here. We have some more action for you. You're watching OSWA Initiation right here on Imagisport. This next contest here on OSWA Initiation is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tuba City, Arizona, weighing in at 245 pounds, this is Chief Wahoo. And his opponent hails from Griffin, Georgia, 275 pounds, this is Steve America. Steve America and Chief Wahoo, their feud's been brewing for a while, and they're going to settle their differences right here at initiation. Pre-match roll of 4 means that we are in highlight reel O, and we get a 44, which means we have to go to highlight reel P. Another roll of the dice gives us a 46. The Hotbox ally of the underdog wrestler talks impressive trash, increase the ally and the wrestler's TV grade 1 letter. So out comes the person who recruited Chief Wahoo to be in his anti-American crusade, that being Yefeni Achid. We're going to see him later on against Kwang, Choi in our no disqualification match, but it's pretty suspicious that he still has a sling on his arm. If you can recall, in our last episode of Old School Wrestling, he appeared to grasp his shoulder, claiming that he was hurt, and both El Achid and Chief Wahoo headed for the hills, so to speak, and got out of there and were counted out for their troubles. But El Achid is putting some more anti-American comments Steve America's way. And that is going to up the grudge grade for El Achid to a B and Chief Wahoo to a C. With that out of the way, we're ready to go. So here is the bell for our next match. And so our first card is powerful. And so America is powerful everywhere. Wahoo only on a square. So he's going to get 1 point. And is Wahoo's strong? He is strong on a circle. So if so 1 to 4, but it's a 6, so he actually goes past the out of the ring space. And we will roll again. And this time he does actually break the hold. So now we're going to go ahead and draw again. And we go to grudge. And Steve America is way ahead on grudge grade. And so he's going to get 3 more points for a multiple elbow smashes. And then we go back to powerful. Again, Wahoo only powerful on a square, while America is powerful anywhere. So it's not flat, so we'll roll it again. And this time it is a 2, so 2 points for a spine buster slam. And back to grudge. So again, that's Steve America, another point with a spear. So Steve America really taking it to Chief Wahoo at this point. America's quick on a square. Wahoo is quick anywhere, so he's going to get the 3 points to get back into this thing with a step over armbar. TV grade, that's going to go to Steve America, 2 points for a roundhouse kick. Back to quick, and so back to Chief Wahoo, 1 point there with a snap mare. And we go to the wild card chart. So we'll go to our in-ring wild card chart here in the book to determine what the next action is going to be. And it's going to be a 36. Is Steve America powerful? Yes, he is. So he tosses opponent out of the ring, tosses various objects on top of the wrestler onto the arena floor. So America is leaving nothing to chance here. He actually gets 2 points. He puts him back into the ring, and now he's going to get a pin attempt out of it. 11 to 43 since it's on a chip. There's 1. There is 2. And there is 3. So Steve America makes quick work of Chief Wahoo and just totally beats him from pillar to post, despite the anti-American comments at the pre-match from Yefeni El Achid. So we're going to go ahead and go to post-match here, and so that is going to be a 3. So we're going to go to highlight reel X. And it's a 61. The commissioner interrupts the TV interview with the winning wrestler to express disappointment with the wrestler's performance, increase the wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. So maybe because America was very aggressive on the outside, going after tables and chairs and who knows what else was underneath that ring. Maybe Commissioner saying that you're better than that, Steve America. Why are you resorting to those tactics to beat somebody like Chief Wahoo? Of course, that didn't make Steve America happy, so now he's up to 11 grudge grade points. Your winner by pinfall in our match here, Steve America over Chief Wahoo. Keep it right here. We have more action for you. You're watching OSWA Initiation exclusively on Imagisport. Our next event here on OSWA Initiation is a grudge match challenge scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Springfield, Illinois, weighing in at 290 pounds, this is Dennis the Big Grabowski. And his opponent hails from Commerce, Oklahoma, weighing in at 265 pounds. This is Terry Crash Bradley. All right, Terry Crash Bradley and the Big Grabowski finally ready to settle their differences that they have had since the opening episode of this series. However, Bradley is coming in, although he won in our last episode, his finishing moves, winning range got severely decimated thanks to the post-match roll. So we're going to go ahead and do our pre-match roll here, and that is going to take us to highlight reel letter O. So we will go there right now and see what will happen here. And the roll is going to be a 31. The underdog wrestler concedes that the opponent is superior, reduce both wrestlers' grudge grades by 2 points. Well, neither one had a grudge to begin with, so they're both just going to be at a -2. Easy enough to fix there. So at long last, they're finally ready to square off. There's the bell, and here we go. And our first action card is going to be the cheat, and that's going to be the big Grabowski. He is going to get the opening point of this match with his boot choke. And then we have grudge. They both have the grudge. Bradley is the trailing wrestler. He will get the 2 points there for a stomp flurry. We're looking for agile next. That is Bradley on a circle. We have 1 point for a flying elbow drop, and that takes us out of the ring. And so we have a 5. The leading wrestler bashes opponent into the barricade for 1 point. And then we have an 8. The leading wrestler pummels opponent onto the announcer's table for 2 points. And so we will move on. And it's another 5, another point. Back into the barricade again. Crash Bradley. His anger against the big Grabowski has been seething for weeks. And now we have an 11. The leading wrestler wallops opponent with an object retrieved from under the ring. And so we re-roll a D6. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to be a 2. The trailing wrestler cannot recover. So Bradley gets back in the ring. The referee is counting. He makes it up to 8. He makes it up to 9, and he makes it up to 10. It is a count out for Crash Bradley. So Crash Bradley, despite his very low finishing range, makes quick work of the big Grabowski, hammering him with objects outside of the ring. Grabowski cannot continue, and so Bradley, the easy count-out winner here today. So we'll go to our post-match, and for that, we're going to go to highlight reel X. And so let's see what happens here. It is a 54. Celebrity 1 expresses support for the defeated wrestler, reduced the wrestler's grudge grade by 1 point. So what happened here was the celebrity, the heel celebrity in this case, is our roller derby villain, Dale from Hell Bianchi. He had some consoling words for the big Grabowski there at the end of the match. So now 1 more point gets reduced for Grabowski's grudge grade. So now instead of a -2, it is going to be a -3. So there you have it for this grudge match challenge. Crash Bradley is your winner by countout over the big Grabowski. We're going to head to intermission in just a moment. We'll be back with more OSWA initiation right after this timeout.
If you like what you see here, you can order your own copy of Face to the Mat by going to the PLAAY.com website. Face to the Mat Pro Wrestling game is available for sale, and you can also get wrestling cards as well. I use the 70s WAF set for my federation, but they also have 80 stars, 90 stars, and they also have current wrestling stars that are based after real life professional wrestlers of today. And new card sets are made about every 2 years, so you can always keep your wrestling federation fresh. Once again, that's Face to the Mat from PLAAY.com. Order your copy today. And welcome back to Initiation, everybody. Derek Jones here with you once again. What a first half of the card we have had so far. Some surprises, some great wrestling action. You just saw that Crash Bradley just got his TV grade bumped up a bit thanks to his grudge challenge win over the big Grabowski. Before we get back to the ring for more action, just wanted to give you some updates on some of the future happenings that we're going to see here in the Old School Wrestling Association. The commissioner has just announced that we will have our second Supercard coming up on episode 14 of the OSWA series. The name of this Supercard will be OSWA Revenge. It will take place right here at the OSWA studios in Hollidaysburg. Matches for that will be announced in the next few shows. Once again, OSWA Revenge will be coming episode 14 of the Old School Wrestling series. Speaking of Old School Wrestling, our next episode, episode 8, we're going to be switching gears a little bit, and we're going to be introducing a new championship to the OSWA, that being the OSWA Television Championship. And to start out with, we're going to have 5 wrestlers competing in our next show for this television title. And so the way it'll work is similar to if you've ever watched a pro bowlers tournament, how they handle their final championship round, where 2 bowlers will square off, and then the winner will go on to meet the number 3 seed, and then that winner will go on to face the number 2 seed, and then finally that winner will go on and face the number 1 seed. We're going to handle it in a pretty similar fashion. We'll have 2 wrestlers chosen. They will wrestle in our first match. Winner goes on to face a fresh wrestler in match number 2. That winner goes on to face a fresh wrestler in match number 3. And then that winner will go on to face a fresh wrestler in our main event. The winner of that main event will then be crowned the first ever OSWA television champion. Now, this title will have some risks and rewards to it. It'll be a very difficult title to keep because it will be defended on every OSWA show. But as I said, with risks comes reward. If a wrestler is able to successfully defend the OSWA television title 5 consecutive times, then that wrestler will have the opportunity to cash that in for a shot at the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship. So it should be interesting. We'll see how things play out there. The only question is what wrestlers should vie for that television championship. And I do have a few in mind, but I'd like to open it up to those in the community who are watching this broadcast right now. So if there's a particular wrestler here in the OSWA that you want to see battle for the OSWA television title, leave it in the comments, or you can send me a private message on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook. You can email me at djones90@yahoo.com. I'll probably wait couple weeks and see if there's any response, and before we finally determine who our 5 wrestlers are going to be for our next episode. So again, feel free to comment. Let me know, who do you want to have in the OSWA World TV title tournament? So that's coming up on episode 8 of Old School Wrestling. Well, now let's get back to our card today, OSWA Initiation. The triple threat match is about ready to begin. Let's go to the ring.
Our next match here on OSWA Initiation is a triple threat match. It is scheduled for 1 fall. The first wrestler to make a pinfall or submission will be declared the winner. Introducing participant number 1. He hails from El Centro, California, weighing in at 255 pounds. This is the man called Z. Participant number 2. He is being accompanied to the ring by the leader of the Blue Collar Mafia, Roger the Welder Elder, and his personal assistant, Dangerous Curves, Debbie Caruso. He represents the Blue Collar Mafia from Charlotte, North Carolina. Weighing in at 255 pounds, he is Mr. Everything, Jeff Fairweather. And participant number 3 hails from Deer Park, Texas, weighing at 280 pounds. This is Roughneck Ron Cassidy. All right, so Roughneck Ron going up against 2 opponents here. And let's see what the pre-match result is going to be. It is going to be another trip to Highlight Reel O. And it's a 45. The Hotbox ally of the underdog wrestler, upset by the comments of the opponent in a TV interview. So basically, Roughneck Ron, see that he is up against it here, but guess what? Roughneck Ron brought in some backup. He brought in the incoming freight train, Jerry Wayne. And Jerry Wayne means business with his comments tonight. And so right off the bat, his grudge grade is going to go up 3 points. So Jerry Wayne is ready and waiting just in case he is needed in this triple threat match. So with that decided, Elder and Caruso will take their places here at ringside. And we're going to go ahead. Ref has their instructions out, and here's the bell. And we're ready to go. And so our first action card here is the heavy category. And let's see. Roughneck Ron is heavy, so he starts out with a flurry with a bear hug for 2 points. Is Roughneck Ron strong? Yes, he is. That is another point for a headbutt. And now we have TV grades. We have a TV grade going against Z and Roughneck Ron. They both have the A's. Now in the 3-for-all tiebreaker, if they have identical TV or grudge grades, the award to move to the wrestler who's trailing in the match, that is going to be Z. So Z, with his A TV grade, is going to get 3 points of his own for a backbreaker. Now we go back to heavy and back to Roughneck Ron. He's going to get 2 more points for a hammerlock body slam. And then we go to the wild card chart. So I'm thinking this is just going to be a regular wild card chart here. So we're going to go ahead and roll for a 56. Is Mr. Everything smart? Yes, he is. So he's not distracted by the spectacle outside of the ring, pummels opponent. So he gets back into this match with 2 points. Another TV grade here. So again, it's going to be going up against Z and Roughneck Ron. Z's trailing. So he's going to get 3 more points as he delivers a crane kick to Roughneck Ron. And since Z scored on the last action card, he gets to use his Arrow Z flying head scissors. And this time it is going to be only for 1 point though on the D6 roll. But is Z mean? Yes, he is. So that's 3 more points for him for a head scissors neck twist. Now we go to the grudge. And again, Z's got the highest grudge grade here. So he gets 1 more point for a hair pull takedown. How about that? Now we go to agile. Everything's agile on a square. That doesn't work. Neither one of the other 2 are agile. So we flip another card. Back to grudge. Back to Z. 3 points here. And Z is going to go for the pin. And let's see. He's going to try to put the pin on Mr. Everything, who is back the furthest, and it's not on the chip. So it's 11-26. And there's 1. And there is 2. And there is 3. So in an upset of monumental proportions, the man called Z ran roughshod in this triple threat match, and he pinned Mr. Everything, and he is declared the winner. And somewhere in the back, the commissioner is nodding his head in approval, I am sure. So let's go to the post-match. Post-match is going to go to Highlight Reel X. And from there, we're going to have 51. The Hotbox ally, the defeated wrestler, boils over after hearing unflattering comments in a TV interview, charges into camera view, and launches a tirade to increase the grudge grade of the ally by 2 points. So that is going to be Dan Hammer in this case. And so Hammer is going to get his grudge grade up from a 3 to a 5. So Roughneck Ron not really satisfied with revenge here. We'll see how that will play out later, but I'm sure Z is going to be getting some commendations from the commissioner, and who knows where that might lead him in the future here in the OSWA. Your winner of the triple threat match here at OSWA Initiation is the man called Z. Keep it right here. We got more action for you. You're watching OSWA Initiation right here on Imagisport. Our next match here on OSWA Initiation is a no disqualification match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, approaching the ring at this time, he hails from Beijing, China, weighing at 215 pounds. This is the Chinese bear, Kwang, Choi. And his opponent hails from Riyadh, Dubai, weighing at 310 pounds. He is the Farouk of Fasha, Yefeni, El Achid. And what on earth is going on here? Yefeni El Achid has come out with his shoulder all wrapped up, even worse than it was earlier in the night. If you may recall in our last episode of Old School Wrestling, Yefeni El Achid had a I don't know if he faked the shoulder injury, but he was favoring his shoulder towards the tail end of the match, ended up taking Chief Wahoo and running out of the building, giving Kwang, Choi, and Steve America a count-out win. And now he's coming to the ring like this. Is he actually going to wrestle like that? Is he in any condition to wrestle? Not exactly sure. We're going to go to the pre-match and see what happens here on Highlight Reel O. And it's going to be an 11, which means we're going to Highlight Reel P. And 63. The choice wrestler gets into an argument with the commissioner on TV and loses. Decrease the wrestler's TV grade 1 letter. So Yefeni El Achid is, griping that he's hurt, and commissioner's coming out here and says, you know what? I don't think you're hurt. I think you're faking it. Take that dang shoulder sling off of you right now. You're going into this match whether you like it or not. And he actually rips it off of Yefeni El Achid. Achid takes a swing at him. So everybody in the studio and watching here on TV knows that Yefeni El Achid's not hurt. So in the process, his TV grade is going to go down to a C. Nice try, Yefeni, but it's not going to work this time. So with that out of the way, Kwang Choi is ready to go. Here's the bell, and this no disqualification match is underway. And right away, we go to the TV grades. They are both C's, so it goes to the underdog, but it's a 0 move, so it doesn't really count for anybody. So now we're going to go to mean. Kwang Choi's mean, so is Yefeni El Achid. The tiebreaker in this case is going to go to the underdog. So Yefeni El Achid is going to get the first point here as he bites Kwang Choi. And right away, we go to the wild card. So here comes some mayhem. So because this is a no disqualification match, we are going straight to the hardcore chart. And we're going to go to a 63. Is Kwang Choi mean? Yes, he is. So the wrestler drags opponent to the restroom and stuffs his head into the toilet for 1 point. So this match taking place in and out of the ring. They make their way back to the ring. Neither wrestler is quick as they try to do so. Oh, another wild card result. So what else is going to happen out here? 44. Kwang Choi helped? No, he is not. So his opponent launches from the turnbuckle, scores a fist-first shot to the wrestler, and Yefeni El Achid is actually going to score 2 points here. And does Yefeni have an object? He does not. So we're going to flip the deck around here. But again, Kwang Choi's not helped, so there's no points here for the sneak attack. And so we go to specialty. Since neither one scored in this instance, we'll go to a tiebreaker, which means trailing wrestler. So Kwang Choi is going to do his Chin Zhao spinning heel kick for 2 points to tie this thing back up. Is Kwang Choi agile? He is not. So we are going to flip it around. Is Yefeni Achid quick? He certainly is not at 300 pounds, so we're going to move on. Grudge, Kwang Choi easily has the grudge grade here as he gets 2 points for a double stomp. And so we go to quick. Neither one is quick. We go to heavy. That is Yefeni Achid. He gets 2 points of his own for a hammerlock body slam. So now we go to the favorite category. That is Kwang Choi. And it's a D6 roll. It's a 1. And guess what? Once again, in this no disqualification match, we are headed out of the ring. And now we go to 2. The ref sends the action back into the ring. Ignore the ref if no out of the ring points are scored. No out of the ring points are scored, so we are still out of the ring with a 5. Leading wrestler bashes opponent into the barricade for 1 point. And we continue out of the ring with a 10. The leading wrestler smashes opponent with a steel chair for another point. Kwang Choi finally getting his revenge on Yefeni Achid. And again, he delivers another steel chair blow to the back of Yefeni Achid. Now we go to a 6. Leading wrestler smacks opponent into the side of the ring for 1 point. Beating Achid from pillar to post here. It's a 4. Trailing wrestler option to deliver payback blows or follows ref's directive to return to the ring. Well, Yefeni Achid is just trying to get out of dodge here, so he's going to go back into the ring, and we're going to go back to the action cards. TV grades here, they're both seeds. Yefeni Achid is 1 point for a jumping kick, but guess what? Kwang Choi sends him back out of the ring again, and here we go for some more mayhem. Ref tries to send the action back into the ring, but again, no out-of-the-ring points have been scored, so here we go. Leading wrestler smacks him into the side of the ring again for another point. We roll one more time and get a 10. Another steel chair shot for Yefeni Achid. Kwang Choi rolls Yefeni back into the ring, and he gives him the cover. 11-43 to kick out. Yefeni Achid kicks out at 1. But he is dazed and confused here for sure. Here in this no disqualification match. Now we go to smart, but neither wrestler is smart. So we go to heavy. Yefeni Achid is heavy, so he gets a point as he tries to come back with a mat slam. And then to smart. Again, neither wrestler is smart. Strong. Kwang Choi is strong. Yefeni Achid is strong, but only on a circle. So we have a submission move going here. We have 1 point, and it's not a strong opponent. So 1-3 is what he needs to break out of the submission hold. He does get the 3, but now he's weakened again. And Kwang Choi is going to go for another pin. 11-43, but it's a 35. So again, Yefeni Achid kicks out, but he is getting weaker by the moment. And so now we are going to go to helped. And so this is where Yefeni Achid is going to benefit because his crusade members, Chief Wahoo, may get involved here. So we're going to go ahead and go to highlight real G for this to get Yefeni Achid back into this. And it's going to be a 45. Opponent leaves the ring to attack taunting gang member. Opponent scores 1 point. Mean opponent scores 3 points. So Chief Wahoo comes out. Kwang Choi, let's see, let's take a look at this again. And so basically, Kwang Choi goes, smashes Chief Wahoo, puts him out of commission, and then Steve America comes running down to fend off as well. So we just basically got ourselves a free-for-all here. Kwang Choi gets 3 points because he's mean. He's setting up Yefeni Achid for his finisher, the bear trap, the Achilles tendon hold. 11-61, and this match is over. It is exactly a 61. Kwang Choi has it locked on tight. Yefeni Achid tries and tries and tries to get to the ropes. He cannot. He taps out, and Kwang Choi is your submission winner here in this no disqualification match. Wow. What action we had in this one. Let's go to the post-match. Post-match is a 2. That means highlight reel X. Let's go there and see what's going to happen as the smoke clears. 44. So we're going to go to highlight reel Y. And then it is a 45. Hotbox ally, the defeated wrestler, interrupts the TV broadcast with a stinging verbal blast. Increase the ally TV grade by 1 letter grade. We have another newcomer. Somebody else is joining Yefeni Achid's crusade here, and he goes by the name of Captain Black. So Captain Black has some choice words for Kwang Choi, telling him that he better watch himself because this feud is not over. And also, Captain Black is going to get his TV grade upgraded. So now he's going to become a B TV grade here in the old school wrestling association. So Kwang Choi, your winner tonight by submission over Yefeni Achid in the no disqualification match, but this feud seems to be far from over. Keep it right here. The tag team title match is coming up next. You're watching OSWA Initiation right here on Imagisport. And here we go with our first of 2 title matches here tonight in Initiation. Here come the challengers, the Blue Collar Mafia, making their way to the ring along with the Mafia leader, as always, Roger the Welder Elder. And now the Kinfolk music has come out, and here come the champs, the good old boys of Rayad Hargis and Haystacks Hill. They climb into the ring, and they are exchanging pleasantries with the challengers. All right, so all 4 in the ring, and let's go to our ring introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, this next match here on OSWA Initiation is scheduled for 1 fall, and it is for the OSWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. They represent the Blue Collar Mafia and are accompanied by the Mafia leader, Roger the Welder Elder. First, from Beardsley, Georgia, weighing in at 285 pounds, this is Dan Hammer. And his tag team partners from South Toledo, Ohio, 300 pounds even, this is Nuts and Bolts Nick Kanicki. And their opponents are the current OSWA World Tag Team Champions from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Sparksville, Indiana, respectively, at a total combined weight of 570 pounds. Rayad Hargis and Haystacks Hill, these are the good old boys. All right, so the finger pointing continues here. Let's check out our pre-match roll, and it's going to be a 6, so we're going to highlight reel R this time. And let's see what happens. It's a 26. The heel swoons to false flattery from the good guy celebrity, who's coming out, but everybody's favorite bowler, the Hubster, Hub Reifsnyder, and he has some nice things to say. They could be sarcastic, but it looks like the Blue Collar Mafia doesn't recognize the sarcasm there. So the heel grudge grades are going to go down by 2 points. So pretty much what that is meaning is that Hammer is going to go from a 5 to a 3, and then Nick Kanicki is going to go down from a 1 to a -1. So very interesting turn of events here. Compliments of the Hubster. So the hubster waves high, goes back to his seat, and this is what they're for. The OSWA World Tag Team Championships. The belts are on the line. Red Hargis is going to start for his team. Dan Hammer will start for his. Referee gives their final instructions, instructs the partners to go back to the corners, and tells Roger Elder to just mind his P's and Q's. Signals for the bell. Here we go. The World Tag Team title match is officially underway, and right away we go to the highlight reel. So odd for A, and it's an even, so we will go to highlight reel B. So right away we have some fast and furious action here. So highlight reel B it is. And let's see what's going to go on here. It's going to be a 23. The wrestler insults opponent, increase each wrestler's grudge grade by D6 points, rolled separately for each wrestler. So we're going to take a quick pause to resolve that, then we will be right back. So after resolving all the D6s, Rayad Hargis's grudge grade's up to an 11. Dan Hammer's is a 7. Outside of the ring, Haystacks Hill is now a 10. Nick Hanicki is a 2. And we continue now with the match. And we go to quick. Neither wrestler is quick, so we're just going to move on. Another highlight reel. So we went to B the last time. So this time we are going to go to highlight reel A. And it's going to be a 35. The wrestler scores 1 point. Soaks in the fan response, doesn't notice opponent sneaking up on him. Opponent delivers a suplex slam and scores 3. So Rayad Hargis scores 1, but then Dan Hammer goes around and scores 3 points. So he will be the beneficiary to see if he gets to tag in. And it's a double team maneuver. So Hammer and Kanicki are double teaming Rayad Hargis here. So they get the early jump here in this tag team title match. So now we go to quick, and Nick Kanicki is quick on a circle. Rayad Hargis is not quick, so 3 points for Nick Kanicki for his flying bulldog. And let's see if we have another tag here. But it's going to be a hot tag as Rayad Hargis escapes and tags in Haystacks Hill. So now we're going to go, we got a wild card. So again, lots of mayhem going on here in this World Tag Team title match. So we're going to go to the Tag Team Matches wildcard chart and see what happens here. It's going to be a 41. Is Haystacks Hill strong? You bet he is. He has a power surge. So the wrestler is going to score just 1 point out of that. So we go to the help. Both teams are helped since this is a tag team match. And so we're just going to head on over to highlight reel G for that, because the beneficiary is going to be the good old boys, and they would benefit from a G more than they would the M. And it's going to be a 33 highlight reel H. And it's going to be a 55, and that's going to go to highlight reel E. So we're going backwards here. And it's going to be a 34. Wrestler plays prank on opponent, causing humiliation, decrease opponent's TV grade by 1 letter grade. So Haystacks Hill shows up Nick Kanicki a little bit. How about that? So with that, Kanicki's TV grade is going to bump down to a B. Whoa. So how about that turn of events? So we'll see if he'll make a tag here, and he does. So Rayad Hargis is going to come back into the match, and hopefully might get some semblance of order here. So we go now to the cheat quality. Kanicki will have that cheat quality, though, for 3 points. He's starting to really get angered here. But another hot tag by Rayad Hargis back to Haystacks Hill, and so we move on. Kanicki scored on the last one. Is he quick, though? Yes, he is. So he recovers, and he goes and up. He's going to get his cover on Haystacks Hill, 11-43. But Haystacks Hill kicks out easily. But the good old boys are in danger of losing their tag team title belts. No tag here. we're just going to keep flipping action cards. So do we have an object? Not for Kanicki's, and Haystacks Hill does not have an object either. So we're going to go to smart. Kanicki is smart, but only on a circle, and he is on a square space right now, so that's not going to work. And so we're going to go to mean. Haystacks Hill is not mean, but Kanicki is on a square, so he's going to benefit from a pin chip space. Again, 11 to 43 on Haystacks, but again, Haystacks is going to kick out. So let's see about that tag. And it's going to be a 4. So Kanicki's going to make the tag. Haystacks needs to make a tag desperately here, or they're going to be in danger of losing the belts. And it's going to go back to help. This time we're going to go to highlight reel M because Gaylord T. Good has come out to ringside here to kind of even the odds a little bit for the good old boys. Let's see what's going to happen here and see if Gaylord T. Good can provide some assistance for his good buddies. It's a 32. The wrestler uses a specialty for the immediate win. How about that? Haystacks Hill out of nowhere does a hay baler suplex slam for 3 points. 1, 2, 3. That is it. And out of nowhere, Hargis and Hill retain the titles. But the manager, Roger the Welder Elder, he is beside himself here. He is issuing a grudge match challenge. He thinks that because Gaylord T. Good, he's claiming Gaylord T. Good's not a licensed manager here, and he wants this match thrown out. Here comes the commissioner out, and oh my goodness, something is about ready to boil down here. So basically what's going to happen here is that there's going to be a rematch here for this. So we're going to have a rematch for these belts here, but let's see what type of a grudge match it's going to be. It's going to be a 4. So again, it's going to be normal rules, but they're going to get a rematch for the World Tag Team titles here at some point. This is far from over. Let's go ahead and do post-match. And post-match is going to be highlight reel X. Wow. What a shocking turn of events. I thought for sure the Blue Collar Mafia was going to pull things off here. 56. Commissioner's TV comments diffuse the intensity of the winning wrestlers. So although the commissioner's out here and he grants the rematch, that's going to calm the good old boys down a little bit. So their grudge grades are going to be reduced. So Haystack Hill, he will go down to a 7 from a 10. And then Rayad Hargis will go down to 8 from an 11. So Elder, Kanicki, and Hammer leave the ringside area totally dejected, but they are definitely determined to make sure that rematch happens sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, inside the ring, the champions celebrate with Gaylord T. Good. Your winner by pinfall, the OSWA World Tag Team Champions, Rayad Hargis and Haystacks Hill, the good old boys, retain their titles. So we'll be right back with our main event, but we're going to go to the studio first. So we'll be back with more OSWA initiation right after this timeout.
All right, as we are waiting for the ring crew to put up the steel cage around the ring for our main event, we just got word from the commissioner that due to the actions of Roger Elder and Gaylord T. Good in that World Tag Team title matchup that just happened, the commissioner has officially ordered a rematch between the good old boys and the Blue Collar Mafia for the OSWA World Tag Team titles. That will take place on a future episode of Old School Wrestling, and the match will take place with the stipulation that both Roger Elder and Gaylord T. Good will be barred from ringside. Once again, on a future episode of Old School Wrestling, the good old boys will have to defend those belts again against the Blue Collar Mafia, but this time, neither Gaylord T. Good nor Roger Elder will be allowed at ringside for that match. Speaking of title matches, we're quickly approaching the steel cage match between Kevin Linton and the Lobsterman for the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship. These two have been each other's throats from day one of the OSWA. Lobsterman has been trying his best to get one-on-one with Kevin Linton, but Kevin Linton has always been using some underhanded tactics to get the better of the Lobsterman, and it's come down to this steel cage match here tonight. So before we get to our match, let's take a look back at how the feud between Kevin Linton and the Lobsterman developed.
On. Is Lobsterman strong? He is not strong, so we will flip it and we go to the cheat. Now again, Linton is a question mark favorite, but since he's allied himself with Roger Elder, that question favorite turns into a cheat. So guess what? 3 big points for Kevin Linton with his boot to the groin. And so now Lobsterman is down. Lobsterman has a C grade. He needs 11 to 23 to kick out. So what's it going to be? 1, 2, and 24. No, just barely. It's 3, and that is it. And so your first and our main event is underway, and we go to help. And so we have Roger Elder sticking his nose in right away. We're going to go to highlight reel M, and we're going to go to 33, and that's going to take us to highlight reel N. And it's going to be a 14. Manager made Duke's opponent into leaving the ring, so Elder, he was ahead. He goes to the Lobsterman, and the Lobsterman's going to chase Elder out. Linton is just going to stay in the ring and yell at the ref to start counting. So the ref, he's counting, and he gets up to 7, 8, 9, and 10. What the heck is going on here? Kevin Linton has won this match at this point. And so let's see if there's finally a tag to Kevin Linton. There is not. Again, Mr. Everything is doing the dirty work. And so we have trailing. They're both in the same space. So guess what? Mr. Everything is going to be the one that's going to get it. And he's going to be the one that gets the finishing move, the utility takedown, flying shoulder tackle for 11 to 35. So Linton cracks Lobsterman while the ref's not looking. Mr. Everything does that utility takedown, and let's see if it's effective. It is 35. Yes, it is. 1, 2, and 3. And just like that, the Blue Collar Mafia team, if you want to call it that, of Mr. Everything and Kevin Linton has defeated the Lobsterman.
As you can see, the cage is now in place. Here comes the challenger. Been chomping at the bit for weeks to try to get his hands on the world champion. Tonight, he gets his opportunity. And here comes the music. And here comes Roger Elder. And here comes the world heavyweight champion. They make their way into the cage. The world title match is almost ready to begin. Let's go to the introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, your OSWA initiation main event is a steel cage match. And it is for the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From the Empire of Crustacea, weighing in at even 300 pounds, this is the Lobsterman, Jeff Costa. And his opponent. He is accompanied by the blue-collar mafia leader, Roger the Welder Elder. He hails from Omaha, Mississippi, and represents the Blue Collar Mafia. He weighed in today at 280 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending OSWA heavyweight champion of the world, the Steamroller, Kevin Linton. All right. You know the drill. Let's go to pre-match. We're going to go to highlight reel O. And so what's going to happen before this one gets underway? 54. Celebrity 1 expresses support for the underdog wrestler, reduces the wrestler's grudge grade by 1 point. And it's the Hubster again. Hubster is going to go ahead and he is going to give praise, heap the praise on the Lobsterman. So the Lobsterman is brimming a little confidence. However, his grudge grade is going to go down to 2. And we'll see how that plays out a little later on. So Elder sitting outside of the cage. The referee holds up the World Championship belt. This is what it's all about tonight, folks. Inside of the steel cage. The wrestlers receive their instructions. The ref calls for the bell. And the world title match is underway. And heavy is our first. Kevin Linton is heavy. Lobsterman also goes to the underdog. So the Lobsterman gets the first point of the match with a bear hug. And he gets his specialty, which is the crustacean claw for 4 more points. So the Lobsterman pouring it on early. So he gets to the first square here inside the cage. And now we go to TV grade. Kevin Linton has the better TV grade, A over C. So he gets 2 points to get back into things with a wrist lock and another TV move. And this time he's going to get 3 points for a backbreaker. And he is right back into this thing. So they are both on the square right now. And so now we go to favorite. With Linton being a heel and a question favorite, that's actually going to turn to cheat. So in reality, neither man is favorite here in this situation. So we're going to go to quick. Neither one is quick. And so we're going to go to smart. And Lobsterman is smart, so he's going to get the 2 points. So he's going to jump down to the next square space here with his rolling ankle lock. And now we're going to go to mean. Both of them are mean, so since Kevin is trailing, he's getting a submission hold on. So we're going to go to a 4. Lobsterman is not strong, so he needs a 1 to 3 to break it. So there's a point there for the submission, and then another point for the roll of 4. And we're going to roll again, but this time Lobsterman is going to break the hold, and we're going to go ahead and move on here. Neither wrestler is quick. So back to favorite again. Neither wrestler is favorite. Over to specialty. So again, no one scored on the last action card, and since it's a tiebreaker, tiebreaker goes to the underdog. That is the Lobsterman, and so he breaks out the crustacean claw again for 4 points, inching closer to that title victory. But is Lobsterman helped? Ooh, he is not. He's out here by himself. So is Kevin Linton powerful? Yes, he is. So he's going to get 3 points to get right back into it with a vertical suplex. And helped. And we're going to go. Roger Elder's going to stick his nose in. Let's see what's going to happen here at highlight reel letter M. So you knew that Roger Elder was going to do something. 52. Manager may comment spark a grudge match tag team challenge. Each wrestler chooses a partner from the hot box. Gang members may choose other gang members not in the hot box. We're just going to ignore that. We're just going to keep on rolling with the steel cage match here because these two combatants are pretty much locked into it. But we can tell that this feud is far from over here. And now we're going to go to the highlight reel. So we went to last time we went to the highlight reel, we were at A, so we're going to go to B this time. So flip over there and see what's going to happen. Anything can happen in a cage match. 14. Wrestler leaves the ring to attack third party, lose a point. Well, you can't really leave the ring in a cage, so we're just going to disregard that and move on. Now we're going to go to cheat. Lobsterman's cheat only on a circle. Kevin Linton's cheat anywhere, so he comes back with a point. And so we will move on. And since he scored on the last fast action card, he gets to do his signature move. So he will use his flat attack on the heavy opponent, on his heavy opponent, the Lobsterman. It's a D6 roll, but it's only for 1 point. But it's enough for a pinfall attempt. So let's see if Lobsterman can kick out, and he does. But he has 1 chip down. So let's get that chip out of here. Put it on Lobsterman's card. Is Kevin Linton mean? He certainly is mean. So he's going to get 3 more points, and he's going to go for his finisher. The 380 loop detour, body slam through the legs, pile driver, 11-44. But 1, 2, Lobsterman kicks out of it. So Kevin Linton goes back to the corner square, and this match continues. Oh, highlight reel again. So this time we're going to go to highlight reel A. And it's going to be a 25. Wrestler attacks the referee, immediately disqualified. Favorite wrestler not disqualified. But this is a steel cage match. So, that's going to be interesting. You know what? We're going to treat it as a ref bump. And we're going to go, let's see, with the ref bump, I'm going to pause here to see which, I believe that's highlight reel K, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Highlight reel K. So he attacks the referee. Let's see what happens here. 34. Intentional ref bump by the face. Match continues refless. Face wrestler benefits. So he'll get Allied help from Allies. He'll score extra points on any scoring move from the fast action card. So there's no ref. But I wonder how long that's going to be. Well, he's going to have to come to at some point. So basically, we're probably going to have to wait till a finisher till he comes to. But let's see what happens here. Let's go to quick. Neither one is quick. Let's go to an object. Neither one has the object. Let's go to cheat. Again, Lobsterman's cheat on the circle. Linton's cheat anywhere, so he's going to get the 2 points, but he won't get the benefit there. We go to mean. Linton, they're both on the same square, so it's going to go to the underdog. So it's going to be 2 points plus, since there's no ref, an extra 5. So basically, Lobsterman gets his finisher on, and but you know, Elder can't help him because it's a cage match. So again, it's a 300-pound lobster tail drop, 11-44 as well, and it's right at 44. And boom, he connects it down, covers on top of him. The ref comes to 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new title holder, your winner by pinfall, and new OSWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Lobsterman, Jeff Costa. Roger Elder's beside himself. He can't believe what happened. He's chomping at the bit for a rematch, and you can be dang sure one's going to take place at some point. But we're already to the post-match here, and so we're going to go to highlight reel X for that. What a turn of events here tonight at initiation. It goes to 26. Defeated wrestler missed by announcer comment. Increased the wrestler's grudge grade 1 point. So Kevin Linton is going to have a higher grudge rating, and rightfully so. He feels that he got cheated. He didn't agree with what the announcer was saying. He gets an up grudge grade, and you can bet your bottom dollar he's going to want a rematch right away for the title. Wow, what a steel cage match we had there. The ref was out for a while, but Lobsterman came through, overcame the odds, and now he is your new OSWA World Heavyweight Champion. Congratulations to the Lobsterman winning our main event. This was OSWA Initiation here on Imagisport. Now let's go back to the studio for a wrap-up.
Wow, what a show we had tonight. Congratulations once again to the Lobsterman, Jeff Costa, for capturing the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship in that steel cage match against Kevin Linton. Now, don't think for 1 minute that we've heard the last of Kevin Linton. I'm sure that he's going to want to invoke a rematch clause at some point. And also keep in mind as well the grudge match challenge that was handed out during that match. So I'm sure that will come to fruition sometime on an Old School Wrestling episode as well. But, you know, a great card. If you have any comments about the card, did you like it? Did you not like it? Please feel free to leave a comment, shoot me a message. Let me know what you thought about this edition of Old School Wrestling. As you can see, a lot of feuds still remain unresolved at this point due to some of the happenings of tonight. So that should make the lineups of some of these future Old School Wrestling episodes pretty interesting. So stay tuned. Remember to subscribe to Imagisport. Hit that notification button. That way you will know whenever new episodes of Old School Wrestling and the OSWA Supercards are posted. Once again, don't forget, on our next episode of Old School Wrestling, we will have 5 wrestlers competing for the OSWA television title in a King of the Hill format. 2 wrestlers will start. Winner moves on to face a fresh wrestler in match 2. That winner moves on to face a fresh wrestler in match 3. And then finally, that winner moves on to face a fresh wrestler in our main event. The main event winner will then be crowned our first ever OSWA television champion. So that's it for OSWA Initiation. And so this is Derek Jones saying thank you once again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And most of all, keep on rolling. We will see you next time.